All right, so today we're going to dive into something a little different.
Okay.
You know how everybody's always talking about manifesting and,
Right.
vibing high and all that?
Yeah.
Well, the Spizz newsletter that you sent us called The Art of Being Human,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of takes a different approach.
Yeah.
It's like a refreshingly honest look at what it actually means to
Right.
be human. Like
Absolutely.
all the messy parts,
Yeah.
the not so positive stuff.
Yeah, the real stuff.
And you sent this to us.
Uh-huh.
So it seems like you're ready to kind of explore those less glamorous
Yeah.
aspects of the human experience.
I'm ready to get real.
Yeah.
I think it's important.
So what I thought was interesting
Okay.
is that this newsletter really
Yeah.
turns the whole good vibes only thing on its head.
It don't.
Like it suggests that
Yeah.
all this pressure to be positive all the time can actually backfire.
For sure.
Now, I'm curious about this. Like,
Yeah.
doesn't everybody want to be happy?
Yeah.
Like, how could it possibly be a bad
Wow.
to
Good
try to
God.
be positive?
When we're constantly pushing down
Yeah.
all of our negative emotions,
Right.
trying to manifest only the good stuff,
Uh-huh.
we're denying a huge part of what it means to be human,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
those negative feelings, sadness, anger, frustration,
Mhm.
they're valid.
Yeah.
And a lot of times those are the feelings that actually hold the
Right.
key information
Okay.
for us.
So it's not about being negative all the time.
I know.
It's just about acknowledging that,
Right.
the full spectrum of emotions is part of the human experience.
To like the rainbow.
Yeah.
You need all the colors
Yeah, okay.
to make a rainbow.
The newsletter
Yeah.
uses this phrase, emotional exhaustion,
Mm-hmm.
and it says that's what happens when we're always trying to suppress
Exactly.
those negative feelings.
Because you're constantly self-policing. You're
Right.
judging your own emotion. Yeah.
And that takes a toll.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exhausting.
Tiring to try to keep everything,
It is.
hunky-dory and perfect all the time.
It's like trying to hold
Yeah.
a beach ball underwater.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's going to pop back up.
Oh, I like that visual.
Yeah. Okay.
With even more force.
So this is where it gets kind of radical.
Right.
The newsletter
Yeah.
actually says
Okay.
that there is value in ungratefulness.
Okay.
Now,
Interesting.
that seems counterintuitive.
It
Like, isn't that the opposite of what we're
think about it.
supposed to do?
Discontent can be a really powerful engine for change.
Oh, okay.
Remember when you were so frustrated
Yeah.
with that dead-end job you had?
Oh, yeah.
And you were feeling really unhappy?
Yeah.
But it was that discontent
Right.
that ultimately pushed you
Mm-hmm.
to start your own business.
Yeah.
And now look at you.
Yeah.
You're thriving.
Right. So sometimes...
That's a perfect example. Yeah, sometimes we need that
Oh.
ungratefulness as like
Yeah.
the fuel to...
Ungratefulness
Yeah.
can actually be a catalyst for growth.
Okay, so how do we actually embrace these negative
Yeah.
feelings,
Well, yeah.
without getting stuck in them?
Right, because we don't want to just wallow.
Right.
We want to feel them and use them and move forward.
Okay,
I
so
see.
that's where the concept of the 24-hour pity party comes in.
It's that.
It's not about wallowing.
Okay.
It's about giving yourself permission to fully feel those
Okay.
emotions
Right.
without judgment
Yeah.
for a set period of time.
Okay.
So the newsletter
Yeah.
gives us some good tips for doing this.
Right.
Name the emotion,
Okay.
acknowledge it,
Mm-hmm.
and even set a timer for venting.
A timer.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get the acknowledging the emotion,
Uh-huh.
but the timer.
Setting a timer. Like, how does that...
So it's about
Right.
creating a container for the emotion. Oh, so you're allowing yourself to express it fully,
Okay.
but within a defined time frame.
Oh, I see.
So that prevents you from getting swept away by the feeling.
Yeah.
And it helps you transition into
Yeah.
a more constructive headspace.
So it's like you're
Yeah.
honoring the emotion,
Yes.
but you're not letting it take over your life.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hmm.
So what do we do with these feelings once we've acknowledged them?
That's the magic part.
Yeah.
So the newsletter poses these two powerful questions.
Okay.
What is this teaching me?
Mm-hmm.
And what's my next move?
Oh, okay.
So it's about turning those feelings into action.
Into action.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't want to just sit and wallow in it.
Right. We don't want to just have a pity party for,
Exactly.
weeks on end.
We want to learn from it.
Right. So this is where I think a lot of people get stuck.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm acknowledging the feeling,
Mm-hmm.
but how do I actually, what's the next move?
Right.
Like, what are some practical things I
So
can...
one helpful technique is journaling.
Journaling.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So once you've given yourself that time and space to feel the emotion,
Yeah.
write down what triggered it,
Mm-hmm.
how it manifested in your body,
Okay.
and any thoughts or beliefs that came up.
Okay.
And then ask yourself, what is this feeling trying to tell me?
Okay.
What need is it pointing to?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Like we're becoming detectives of our own emotions.
Yes. And then once you've kind of uncovered the root of the feeling,
Right.
then you can start to brainstorm.
Okay.
What is the next move?
Okay.
Is it a conversation you need to have, a boundary you need to set,
Right.
a change you need to make in your life?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This has been such a good deep dive. I think the biggest takeaway for me is this idea that being human is really about embracing all of our emotions.
Absolutely.
The good, the bad, the ugly, the whole spectrum.
Even the ones that make us uncomfortable.
And here's something to think about.
Okay.
Could it be that leaning into discomfort actually leads to greater authenticity?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And even more profound personal growth.
So what resonates with you the most after this deep dive?
Yeah.
What uncomfortable feeling might be holding a message for you?
What are you avoiding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And most importantly, what's your next move?
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.